In this video, we're going to be exploring the XRP fractal. We could see XRP coming down, shaking people out, and then rallying strongly. I'll take you through what to look for in terms of structural support and resistance levels in XRP. I'll also explain how I got this fractal. Let's run the numbers. When we get market shifting events that occur inside markets, we can pin price to those events. One of the biggest events that we had was the spot Bitcoin ETF approval on the 10th of January 2024. And we saw from that date, we came down over 21 days, 21% in XRP, and then rallied across the next 40 days up 54%. Now, we've had a similar thing happen with the second largest crypto getting a SEC approval. Now, what happens if Bitcoin's fractal plays out on Ethereum's price action? This may or may not happen, but one of the things a lot of people thought, especially when the Bitcoin spot ETF was approved, they just thought, quite naturally so, in many respects, the price would just rally up. Instead, it came down quite substantially. And if Bitcoin is coming down, everything is coming down. What we've seen so far is that even though the SEC approved the Ethereum spot ETF, we've seen negative price momentum so far on XRP. There's something important to understand about fractals. Fractals don't say the price is absolutely 100% going down and it's absolutely 100% going up in relation to this past fractal. Of course, that is not a possibility. It's just price is going to move between structural levels. When we look at XRP, there's in excess of 3,700 days of structural resistance and structural support. How XRP interrelates and interreacts with that structure will determine everything. And just please keep in mind, we're in a bull market. There are a lot of people that think the bull market is over, done and dusted, but this is not actually correct. There's a lot of signs that point to upward price momentum throughout financial markets globally for at least another year and a half. Which brings us to a really interesting statistic. When we look at the price on XRP now, it's actually 86.49% below its previous all-time high that was put in 6.4 years ago. XRP has been around for quite a while. If XRP just regains that previous all-time high where it was 6.4 years ago, XRP will go up 640.4%. That's something to bear in mind, and something that could actually occur. There's a lot of XRP holders out there, and that would be music to their ears. If you check my Twitter feed, I have actually put out a link to XRP, this specific video where I go through and explain what I'm doing in terms of moving averages and CTKS structure. That could be something that would really help you out, and I'm going to put the video in here so you can have a source of information that you can look back on, and we'll update this particular article as we go through the bull run. And something to bear in mind, the class TG35 of the masterclass is where I teach people how to draw fractals. Okay, let's get back to the video. There are many indicators that I share from CTKSMethod.org. One of them is the CTKS method daily EMAs, the 200, the 100, the 50, the 26, and the 12. When we look at this specific indicator, we can see that there's a lot of overhead resistance on XRP at the current time. Let's just zoom into this area. By zooming in, we can see the 200 period moving average, the 100, the 50, the 26, and the 12 are all above XRP's current price. That means that the long-term trend at the current time is bearish. That's translating into a lot of sellers seeking to push the price of XRP down. But what we know inside crypto is that crypto is an exponential asset class. It can come down and then just overnight retrace months of negative price action. What's really important to us is not so much the moving averages, because these get really distorted. They do have advantages. They can tell you if something is under pressure or if something is in an uptrend. But what we really need to look at is structure. So let's put on the structural indicator. We'll just zoom in to XRP on the 4-hour basis. One of the things that you'll see, XRP has a tremendous amount of structural support underneath the current price, which is currently 52.57. These structural areas act as safety nets. They exist to capture price. All the buyers are hanging out here. And when you get more and more structural levels below price, that means that the buyers are there. If you were looking at XRP without the structural understanding, you wouldn't see the structure in here because you would be blind to it. And being blind to structure is a very dangerous thing to do, because you can often sell and buy at exactly the wrong times. What you will find is CTKS structure, which is the world's most powerful structural support and resistance levels. They act as safety nets. When price comes down, the more safety nets you have, of course, the more you can rebound up to. But where do you rebound up to? You got it, structural resistance lines. And if structural resistance can't be confirmed and just have a continuation, it means that we're coming back to the structure below. It's a very straightforward rule, and one that is extremely profitable. I go into this a little bit more inside that particular article that I wrote on XRP. I'll make sure I leave a link in the comments. Stacking probabilities is often a pretty difficult thing to do. When we look at this particular structural resistance level, we can see at that 54.20 mark, the price came in through there and was rejected. Came in and was rejected quite violently. Came in, was rejected. And this time it didn't get even up to the 54.20. How financial markets work, and I've been inside financial markets for nearly 4 decades. You learn a very interesting thing, that in order for price to go up, it actually needs to come down first. And if price goes up, it will generally come down. This is why price is always moving in a wave. It's never going straight up and it's never going straight down. Now, why is this the case? Because as price comes down, all the shorts get really, really greedy. They say it's going to zero, it's coming down, it must go to zero. And if you were looking from recent indicative price analysis, you would say, wow, there's no support here. It looks terrific. I'm going to short the heck out of XRP. And it may drive the price down to a confluence of CTKS structural levels, but these levels are where the buyers are hanging out. And when the shorts come in and the price starts to reverse against them, they must cover. And what do they do when they cover? They become forced buyers, which causes the price to go up. If it gets above certain structural levels, that creates cascading liquidations on the short side, which actually creates this sort of behavior. It's a very good thing to keep your eye on. This is why it's so important to understand where the structure exists inside a specific chart. And you'll find that as you look through the structure of different charts, it's all different. And that structure is formed through Objective Dynamic Market Structure, or ODMS. Now, what does that mean? It's dynamic. It changes every single month. And if you would like this indicator, and this is the indicator for the current month, the new one will be coming out shortly, but this is the May levels. The June levels will be different. They will change. If you would like to get the structural levels on XRP, they're available from CTKSMethod.org. And if you would like to learn how to draw those levels, just pop across to CTKSMethod.org and just have a look at Level 1 and Level 2 standard certification. You'll need both to mark up your charts correctly. Please let me know in the comments what other charts would you like me to mark up and provide fractals for. I'm very happy to do it for the community. Have a great day or night ahead, my friends, and Kate and I look forward to catching up with you again in the next video. Bye for now.